We going into sports section. Sports time. Like, hey, for all you sports lover, this is for y'all. The first story, which is crazy to me, because firing three coaches, no, firing two coaches in 1 year is crazy, and having much less having three coaches in a year is even crazier. But Bucks from NBA fired their head coach Adrian Griffin because they lost faith in him, and then they ultimately hired Doc Rivers, another one that goes hopping from different teams to different teams. It seems not to not to like
Study.
stay in his current situations and
Yeah.
current teams, because I guess he coaches not good. I don't know, but at least he has a championship in '08. But how you feel about like having three coaches in 1 year is very crazy. Their first coach that they fired was Mike Budenholzer, whatever his last name, and then they hired Adrian Griffin, and then they fired him, and then they hired Doc Rivers. Damn, that is crazy right there. How you feel about that, Mike?
So the Bucks were 30-13. That's a good record. But I feel like if you have a coach that you feel like isn't going to lead you to the top, then like you should fire them or talk to them and then see if they change.
Yeah,
Because I heard a bunch of things. I heard that he had some type of argument with Giannis, and I heard that they didn't like see him, like they didn't like his coaching,
yeah,
basically, right? So yeah, I think that if that was the case, even though they had a good record, a 30-13 record, at the same time, if they feel like he wasn't the guy and that maybe he was causing problems or something, then yeah, fire the coach.
mm-hmm.
Um, they Doc Rivers. Like, I'm not the biggest basketball person, so like,
Yeah. But you're a journalist.
um, um, Doc Rivers. I guess based on what I've seen, he's a good coach. So hopefully he's the right coach for the Bucks because the Bucks are a good team. Based on the players that I know who are on the Bucks and based on their record, they're a good team, and they have, in my opinion, they have a chance at winning the championship.
Yep.
But Doc
And
Rivers needs to be the guy.
listen, for me, like once your players start losing respect for you as a coach, it's nothing you could do there, man. Nothing you could fix. You could be loved by the players, but once they don't respect you as like drawing up game plays for them, and they're not listening or they doing whatever they want, bro, because nowadays, back then it used to never be like that, Mike. Back then, whatever the coach says goes. Now it's totally different.
Yeah.
Star players don't like the coach, they get fired easily, and it's such a weird time that we're in, because now the star players call the shots. Basically,
Yeah.
that's why they're having a lot of jokes about LeBron being the head coach of his own team and not an actual head coach coaching them.
I'm looking at an article,
Yeah,
January 25th. It says that Giannis was surprised that they fired Adrian Griffin, and he said, "I've got to trust the front office. I've got to trust the ownership group that they consider the bigger picture. My job is to be the best version of myself, to lead this team out there and help win games.
and
Their job is to create the best team possible and the best atmosphere around the team possible that they believe gives us a better chance to win the championship." But yeah, I do think firing Coach Griffin was a surprise.
but
So
and that's a surprise. And I believe Giannis too, because in the press conference when he got fired, Giannis said that he liked the coach. So obviously
Yeah.
something is not adding up here.
Yeah.
And I just my theory is that they just didn't respect him as a coach. They loved him as a person, but if your players is not doing what your game plan is, and they're just following their own thing, bro, you gotta go.
Yeah.
You gotta go.
Yeah, I feel like Giannis saying that he liked him. I don't think that that's him saying that he liked them as a coach.
Yeah, as a person. Yeah, exactly what I'm saying.
Yeah, it was only as a person. But yeah, like okay, I guess he seems like a really likable person, but them firing him, if it's because they felt like he wasn't the right coach to help them win, despite them having a 30-13 record, then in my opinion, made a lot of. When I first heard that, I'm like, what? Because I've never heard of a coach getting fired with that good of a record, and it's probably happened before, but
And
I've
three
never heard of
having,
that.
bro, 3 coaches in 1 year is crazy though.
Yeah.
It's a very crazy thing.
So I was reading here.
Yeah.
Bobby Portis. Who is that?
Bobby Portis?
Mhm.
He-
Why?
So he challenged Griffin, right? So after the game, they had a little drama. They had a game, and then he was telling Griffin that yes, your team has to have a better coach. So that's like a heated up conversation that they had too.
Yeah, a lot of that's also what is being said. Like they had a lot of misunderstandings.
Even the players too with a coach, they kind of like somebody was telling like, oh, he told us not to do this, but either way we did it because we just don't want to listen. Things like that.
Listen, when a coach is trying to fire your brothers, which is Giannis is playing with his teammates as his brothers, and I guess one of the jokes is that the coach was trying to fire Giannis's brother, and Giannis said, "No, you fired because my brother's staying." But bro, you not gonna lose. you not gonna lose him as a teammate, bro. They're stuck together. They're gonna retire together. Giannis and his brothers is retiring together, bro. Like wherever he goes, they go. They're a close family. They're not going nowhere, bro.